Guys, it's Sarah, and I have my next two layouts ready to go for Birdie's album. Now, these two are very, very recent layouts. I either did them earlier this year or maybe late last year. So they're very, very recent. I don't want to redo them. I love them the way that they are. I'm literally slapping these down onto pattern paper and calling it good. But I'll explain. The stories kind of go together, so I'm going to have them together in the album. And so I do need to cut this down. I'm probably going to outline it in black, and I just wanted to choose a color that was going to be complementary to this layout. So I chose one that kind of coordinates with this kind of pop of like a greenish color. So I have this paper here, which has a whole bunch of different little circles on it. They're very subtle. This is from Ready, Set, Go from Amy Tangerine. So I'm going to cut that down and have that be here. And then for this one, I wanted to do something black because it was just something that was going to go together, just kind of bring everything together nicely. I wanted something a little bit darker. So I have this piece of paper here, which is 8.5 by 11. I got this at Tuesday Morning. I got like a huge, like it's seriously this thick pad of 8.5 by 11 black and white pattern paper at Tuesday Morning recently. And I think it's from Die Cuts with a View, I want to say. Very, very thin though. Like you can hear it. It's very, very thin. I'm going to have to back this with another piece of black cardstock because I need some weight on it because this is heavy and it's just going to make it buckle if I just stick it on here without anything else behind it. So I have 8.5 by 11 black cardstock as well. So I'll just slap that on the back and call it good. So I'm going to do this live because this is literally all I have to do. These two were very, very easy, which is nice. So while I'm doing this, first I'm going to cut this down to 8.5 by 11. The story behind both of these here is this one is Birdie's diagnosis that he got in 2015. He was diagnosed with Cushing's disease, which is a disease that overproduces hormones. It overproduced cortisol in his body, so it was attacking his liver, and he was having a little bit of kidney problems as well. So we had to get that checked out, and it turned out he had a tumor near his brain. It was not, as far as they could tell, it wasn't like a cancerous type thing, but it was something. And since he was so old, he got diagnosed when he was 12. So he was old and they, couldn't do surgery on him to take out that tumor. And so we had to literally just treat it. So I'm going to double outline this in black real quick. So he got that diagnosis, like I said, when he was 12, when we lived here. I think we had been here for almost a year when we got that diagnosis for him. And the vet here is amazing. We have a really, really good vet. She really took care of him. And all it was monitoring him, and he had to go in for quite a few checkups just to make sure all his levels were normal. And we had to have him on medication that he took every day. So that kind of helped stabilize his hormones and his insides and all that stuff. And the medicine did work for quite a while. I mean, he was really good for a long time. And pretty much when he did pass, they were saying he's not passing because of the Cushing's disease. He's passing because he's 14 years old and his body's done. So it wasn't something that ended up ultimately causing him to pass away. So we really made sure we stayed on top of it and took care of him and all that. And we took him in because he was really, I'm going to cut this down a little bit. It's a little bit too long. I don't like it hanging down all that much. I could tell he was not feeling very well. He started to vomit a little bit, and his bathrooms were not quite normal. So that's why we took him in to even see if anything was wrong. And that's how we found out. They did some blood work and found out that he had that. So, but yeah. Okay, so this is the story about him getting diagnosed. It was on June 29th, 2015. And then I have, this little layout. This was cut from a card. This is just like scratch paper. I have this little thing that says, "I will love you forever." And then I have a little badge here that says, "Damn good dog," which is actually a Georgia thing. I got that in a flare packet that I got for my Georgia Bulldogs. You guys know I'm a Georgia Bulldogs fan. And I got like some custom flare made for Georgia, and one of them says "Damn good dog." So it applies here though for my Brody. He was a damn good dog. Okay, so this is it. This is all I want to do. That's going to be the nice thing about some of these later layouts, because I like the way it is, so I don't have to really add anything to it. Okay, so there is one. This one goes along with this because it talks about him having a checkup and all of his stuff was very normal, and the doctor was really happy, and it was the first time she had been, you know, like really positive about it in a couple of months. So it was a really, really good checkup, and we were really happy. And then it was like one of those times where she said, "I don't want to see you again for another like 6 months or something," which, you know, we were taking him almost monthly at first. So it was very good news. And that was him in the car after the appointment. And he just looks so happy. That's why I put cute and happy there. Okay, so I got a piece of black cardstock to stabilize this flimsy thing. I'm not going to complain. It was very, very cheap. I got a lot of paper for really cheap, but it is extremely thin. Like I don't want to sneeze near it or I'm going to tear it. Okay. Oops. Now the trick is going to be getting this even. That's not always a guarantee. Okay, especially since I put ATG all over it. Okay. All right. It doesn't look even, but I put it down even. It's very even on the top, but like the sides are all wonky. I wonder if that's just because you never know. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. Okay. And then this is just literally going to go in the middle here. I really don't want to add anything else to this. I'm very happy with it the way it is. I'm just trying to make this straight here too. Okay. That's really all I wanted. So on this one, I used up a few die cuts here. I can tell I was trying to use up some stickers and stuff like that, but it all came together really well. I really like that. Okay, so these are the next two that are going to be going into Brody's album. They are going to be together since they kind of represent the same type of story, you know, about him having this diagnosis and how we were really making, you know, staying on top of it and all that stuff. And it was to and from the vet a whole lot. They really got to know Brody. Okay, that's going to be it today, guys. So nice and quick and short and sweet. And I'm going to add these to my album, and I will be back next week with another layout. So I will see you guys then. Have a great day. Bye.